Greetings once and all. We're visiting yet again my little deluge into mania and madness. So, I hope all of you are doing well tonight. So, here we go. Kelly is a good friend of mine. We've had our ups and downs, but so over the years we've remained tight, despite her many times of trying to get me into the sack and all that, which haha, yes, not yet again. Well, I mean, not ever actually, but funny story there. Just to take a little bit of a side note. I was so drunk one night, whenever after a club, and came back to where I was living, and she was saying, "Look, your toenails are god awful," or I can't remember exactly the words she ended up saying, but she was like, "They're like daggers, like crazy," and all that. I'm like, I know that doesn't make me sound very good there, but what can I say? It was a depressing point in my life. Now I try to trim them every couple of weeks and all that. So, anyways, besides the point. So, anyways, I ended up saying, "Well, you got a problem with it? I don't got toenail clippers unless you plan to bite them off." And I stuck my foot in her face, and she literally, actually, with her, the teeth, chewed off my fucking toenails and spit them out. Disgusting. Ugh. Alright, so, anyways, getting back to the main original story, though. So, me and Kelly in Texas at this one point were going to this one goth night. And, anyways, so we were there, had a good time, danced, and got ripped up and all that shite. And, she had driven. Anyway, so, at the point, though, I ended up talking to this one girl, and we ended up making out, and I was like, yeah, I like her, and she's obviously liking me, and so she wants to come back to our place, which is really about an hour and a half away at that point. And Kelly keeps on saying, "Look, are you sure, you're really sure you want to do this?" and all that, and if anyone's ever been there before, when they've been too drunk in a place that's too dark to really realize exactly what you're dealing with, then you know where the story is going. So anyhow, Ryan says, no, it's perfectly fine. And so, anyways, we end up hitting the road, and then after a while, Kelly's obviously nodding off, and I was just like, "Hey, look, let me drive," and all that. And honestly, my license wasn't valid or anything like that. I had no license to drive at all. So, anyways, so that was playing a role in the next portion here. So she ended up falling asleep in the passenger seat, and as we're driving, and it's a lot of back roads, and if any of you know how that can be, especially when you're passing by in the little remote cities, they got these little cops that are just like, "Ooh, are they going 3 miles over the speed limit?" They'll fucking go crazy over it and shit. So, anyways, that's what happened. And all of a sudden, and it pulls us over. She wakes up and she's like, "What's going on?" And I'm like, "Follow my lead." And, we both get out of the car, and I was just like, I apologize, Mr. Officer here. My roommate here is totally drunk here, and, she just got from passing out in the passenger seat here. I know my stuff isn't completely valid right now, but I was just trying to be a good friend and help her drive back. And she was like, "I'm not drunk." No, he's lying. And I'm looking at her like, shut the fuck up right now. But actually, to her credit, like, even though she didn't realize it here, she was actually making a case for herself that, she actually was that drunk at the time. And so, I mean, I had a little bit. I mean, well, yeah, I mean, not as much as her, but, a little bit. So, anyhow, but she kept on arguing, and then the cop ended up saying after a while, like, well, ma'am, do you feel like okay driving? And she's like, I'm fine, Mr. Officer. And for whatever fucking reason, the guy, like, let her back in the driver's seat and whatnot. I got in the passenger seat, and we fucking head back there. So that was a portion of the story. And so the next morning here, after like some vigorous, like, sex, and oh god, I should remember another story. But anyways, we get back, and that next morning, like, I realized why Kelly was like saying, "Are you sure?" Because, whenever, like, I saw her in, like, good lighting, I am, like, sober minded and all that, like, I realized that, oh man, this girl has to have been on meth for like years, because her teeth were fucking almost completely rotted out. And I was like, oh my god, I stuck my mouth in that, like, tongue in that. Oh. Yuck, dude. Yuck. Wow. So, anyways, that's, I had an uncomfortable situation from there, and nothing else comedic other than the fact that, like, she still wanted me close to me, and I'm, like, kind of like, hey, what did I get myself into? How do I face myself out of this? Like, eventually get her back home, and well, I would say never spoken to her again, but, she ended up finding me later on. That's all that it was, though, boys and ghouls. Boils and ghouls. So again, have a beautiful fucking night.